You mean the Squidward? SpongeBob.
Squidward.
Do you see it, Droodles?
What am I looking at?
Look at him.
Oh, God. It looks like Mega Mind.
It's amazing. That
Mega.
is so well done.
Mega mind.
Good evening,
Well, it's gotta
ladies
be-
and gentlemen.
Squidward's voice.
We are live. We are live. So shut up. Sorry about that. So we are just going to chat today about the game in general, the future of the game, how we see it, and pretty much like all the events that's happening. Basically, just talking about the game. And
There is no future.
oh, and so we do have a few people with us. We have Backchat begins. Hello, Backchat. The sexiest
My
man.
camera will work.
Oh,
There
we
go.
have Batman. Hello, Batman. We have
There's the
Droodles.
man I'm looking for.
There is the man. We have Droodles. Oh,
Put my dog.
we have Emerald, and we have Martimata.
Oh. Hi, I'm irrelevant.
That's true. We may have a few other people that want to jump on during the game, so or during the chat. So how is everybody? How are you guys?
Right.
Tired.
I'm good. Doing nice.
I just slept at like 4 p.m. yesterday.
What's that,
No, I
Batman?
didn't. I fixed my sleep schedule. Batman is the only one that has a screwed up sleep schedule right now.
I have no sleep schedule, thank you very much.
Yeah, I was about to say it's
That's-
not, isn't it?
It's even better.
What time you could be going to bed, Batman?
I've been averaging about what? It's been about 5-6 a.m.
Yeah.
I remember one time you told me that your someone you were living with was literally leaving for work. I think that was the quote.
That sounds about
You
right.
said I might need to go to bed.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is Emerald's video not loaded?
Yeah, my camera broke. Hold up, be right back.
Turn the light on.
No.
His camera
I'm
was
close to you, Batman.
on the
Actually,
wall.
I've been going to bed probably around 4 a.m. every single day. It's tough,
I was going
actually.
to bed at about 7 for
We
us.
we suffer in the end, like, because I wake up 7:30. My daughter's trying to wake me up at what time do you wake me up, Chels? 7:30ish, sort of literally screaming like we got to go to school in half an hour, and I'm just laying there like no.
Please, guys, tell me I'm not the only one who still has work this year.
Who has what?
Work?
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
I'm
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to be, but I'm actually on holiday now for a shift, so I'm not back until
I was
New Year's
supposed to be on
Eve.
holiday and I was called in like.
Get this. I have to post Blitz videos.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, unlucky.
Wow,
That's crazy. I never heard that one before.
that is so sad.
It's called a nightmare.
Sympathy. My sympathy.
Well, no.
feel free
Not,
to stop,
posting the
okay?
videos is fine. Posting the
Yeah.
videos is fine. It's just when you have to play the game.
Yeah, I have to
That's
play
the
the game.
nightmare.
You forgot that part.
Oh my goodness.
It's so sad. We get
Marty,
paid
turn
to
on
play
your
the
camera.
free-to-play game.
So,
So I wanted to bring something
go
up.
on, go on.
Sorry.
No, go on, backchat. Go on, backchat. You go.
So, I've been watching Droodles stream for however long the last few days, and
Unlucky.
he has this massive beef with you and Pentooth when it comes to saying that the AMX M4 is OP. And he claims that he doesn't think so. So I wanted to do that topic later on.
We could start with the new AMX. We can start with the new AMX.
No,
So,
I don't have it yet, please.
Unfortunately.
I got it today.
So
I got
so
lucky with that.
who's got it? Out of all us, who's got it?
I've played it, if that counts.
Same,
I'm gonna pour one out for everyone who doesn't have it.
Hey, there we go. 4-3. 4-3.
So obviously I see Droodles get it, and you got quite lucky with what 100. Like you didn't even need to spend that $100 because you already had the
No.
two.
I had all the
two.
tanks, so it just kept giving me gold every time I got the snow globe. So I just.
But you had two snow globes that you didn't realise you had.
No, I looked back in the stream. It said I didn't.
Apparently they got given out to
Strange.
certain people, but not
Yeah.
everybody.
So I got two snow globes from Wargaming. Luckily, because I paid like £40 in total, and it got me up to 9 snow globes. And then Wargaming gave me 2, which then put me over 10. So I got guaranteed the tank because of them.
Wait, you got the tank. You got 9 snow globes. It's 40 pounds.
Well, plus 4 million free XP,
I
and
got one snow globe out of 5 million XP.
yeah, that was rip. I got 4 snow globes out of my 4 million free XP, and then I got about 50k gold from all that, and all that got me 9 snow. I put then £40 towards it, and with that £40, it got me to 9 snow globes, and then Wargaming gave me the 2. So
I still firmly believe that the free XP box was a lie.
Well,
Yeah,
the free
rigged.
XP boxes
That's-
said that.
they're so rigged.
I've opened up 80 and I got no snow globes.
yeah, yeah, but that was you. That was you.
4 million free experience.
I got 2 out of my first 10.
Holy cow!
So,
That's just unlucky.
80 free XP boxes.
Me too's
Holy
watching me
cow.
stream. I got the tanks in the free XP crates are a 0.5% drop chance, and I got 6 tier 3s, and I didn't get one snow globe. I got so pissed off.
Bravo.
That's unfortunate. But I got 4 just from the free XP
I
one.
got
So
nothing. I spent all my free XP that I could have used to getting my Hori, and I got
You
6
did get
of
like
the
you did
lame
get like 3,000
XP
gold.
ones. Yeah, which I then spent on a crate and then got
nothing.
So I have nothing.
I could have researched like 3 tier 10 lines, maybe more.
Yeah, I could have done the same exact thing. You don't know how angry I am about
see,
it.
it's okay for me and Droodles because we own all the
Yeah.
tanks, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, we own
that
the
free
tanks.
XP's
So,
just sitting there.
I'm just suffering.
Yeah, that's
No,
pretty grim.
I'm
It's
not
quite-
gonna complain. I
It's
got
quite
like
clever
5
though.
premium tanks. It's okay.
Because from Wargaming's perspective, everyone who complained that they couldn't spend free XP got to basically spend it and get something out of it.
Hello.
And then if... Oh, hello?
No, it's back chat, I think.
No. And then I was going to say, well, if you were grinding and then you thought, you know what, I'll spend loads of free XP, you fucked yourself because you're going to spend that on tanks. So now you have to get a premium account or you have to buy more boosters to then get more free XP to then spend on the game. So it's actually, from business sense, it makes quite sense. Did you say hi from us?
Well, I don't know if my dad would have known who everyone here is.
Well, now ring him back and tell him we said
And
hi.
then introduce us.
Okay, that's your name.
You know what? For the memes, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
No.
that was rude.
yeah. FaceTime him.
Hey,
I want to see him on camera.
Hey, real quick, do you want to FaceTime? Real quick. Just FaceTime me. Hey, the stream just wanted to say hi, so.
Hey, Dad.
Say hi to my
Hi,
dad.
Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, father.
Oh, he's
Anyway.
swimming.
Just, hope you guys have fun.
Hi, biological father.
I bet your dad's just like, what could be wrong with this one?
What kind of
Like,
mess
yeah,
am I
we're
in?
not gonna talk about him.
Well
I'm gonna
done.
get confused looks from everybody. Like he offered to go, like they're going to go see some like Christmas lights or something, and
You guys just like, we need to have a talk.
I've told him many times, I'm just like, you could literally go on YouTube and see like a scenic Christmas light thing with your 4K TV
Yeah, yeah.
and be just fine. Or you could literally go out and be cold and miserable and see like a half-assed version of that. And
Yeah,
they've
but it's
chosen.
pretty funny when you see people slip and fall in the snow.
We don't have the slick ice up here. They
Aw.
have it hasn't like properly snowed in a bit.
Yeah,
Nice.
but you don't understand, Batchat. It's been Corona. They can't move out, so every excuse is an
That's
excuse
true.
to move out.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Well, luckily for you, we've got this new the new Corona where around my area now. So the new variant, which what is it? 70%, I think it says on the news. That's quicker at getting infection, like up to 70% quicker. So yeah, it's quite bad around my area at the moment, which is shit. We're in the tier 4 now.
I'm gonna be honest, your area is
Can't
shit
wait
as
to
it
reach
is.
tier 10, huh?
Yeah, I was about to say 210's coming.
It means your area is shit enough as it is. The less people going out, the better it'll be. So.
Yeah, that's true.
This Corona's just the testing. You know, they'll nerf it eventually.
Eventually the beta test will come out, then the full release.
Yeah, this is only open test. Wait till they release the full strain.
Yeah, that's true. So back to the AMX. Back to the AMX. So who actually thinks it's OP?
Nope.
I don't think it's okay.
I think in the hands of a good player it is, but the average Joe, every game I've been in, I've only ever seen one good player in it, and everyone else just thinks it's broken. YOLO's in, and then gets absolutely deleted because they think I'm invincible.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing can penetrate.
Yeah, that's the thing. They think it's OP,
Yeah.
so they don't care
generally-
about how they
Yeah,
play.
so generally, I would say that it's not a broken tank in the hands of an average Joe. But if you give it to someone like Batchat, I'm pretty sure you could easily smash out 70-80% win rate in it.
Played correctly, played correctly. I think it's OP. Like,
yeah.
The
But
common
generally,
theme for me is
teams
teams
right
have
now.
been so bad, I can't come up with an honest opinion. Because I'm 69%, which of course is the best number, you know. And I'm averaging 3,500 damage. In fact, it was 3,700 today in the tank, but still only 62% win rate. So the damage is coming out easy, but it can't do well as soon as your team falls apart because it's such a big, easy target to shoot.
but do you think that's because of the teams at the minute? Because the teams
I can't tell.
are at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but the teams are quite bad.
That's advice with Platoon.
yeah, I watched Batchat's. I watched Droodle stream his game yesterday, and I have to confirm NA's full of bots, and Droodle's is a bot.
Yes,
he doesn't know how to play the tank. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
obviously. Yeah.
Hey,
He just sat
I
there
think the
like-
problem with the AMX is
I'll
gonna
try and
stay.
average 4,000 next time.
Yeah, he's like,
With the
"Why are you
AMX,
telling me?"
with the
And
AMX,
I-
I can confirm we're gonna bump against an AMX with 2 Shadens. He YOLO'd in thinking he was gonna easily ram one of us and get away with it, and then he just ate 1,200 damage. So
Yeah, that's what I mean.
the
Like,
stuff you see all the
you-
time.
you gotta keep your distance. It's a heavy tank. You can
And
rely on
hide
the
that
front
lower
armor
plate.
and hide the lower plate. Yep.
that's what I'm saying. Played correctly. Played correctly. I
Played
think it's
correctly.
quite. It
Play
is
it on
kind
a
of
hill
OP.
like this, so they can't see the top of the turret, and
Yeah.
they can't see your lower plate. Very,
I will
very
say
easy.
that when you head off today, I pulled out a 7,500 mastery in the 5A.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, that's old news. 5A's old news.
Yeah.
The best tank in Blitz. Come
5A's
on.
old
Mhm.
news.
Best tank in
Don't you
Blitz.
Why do you love the 5A
Completely
so
overrated.
much?
Nobody
I
cares
like
about the
Chinese
5A
shit
now. It's all
copy
about the
of the IS-7,
AMX.
man.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, we're
5A.
going back to
Reasons for
IS7
life.
gang.
Sexy tank. Camo looks good. It's mobile, alpha, and gun depression. It's like the whole shebang.
But you only
it's
wait.
just like
After
Yeah,
you,
go for it.
Batchat. No, I was
it's
gonna say,
just like Top Gear. It's just like Top Gear. We can't like it because you like it.
It's a
Yeah.
porn.
Yeah.
End
You've
of
ruined
sub.
it.
Yeah.
You've ruined it.
Exactly.
I've never looked at the 5A in the same way again since.
It's
Yeah.
a better IS7.
I have
but
the 5A, but
I'll
I've not
never
played a
admit
single
that.
battle. I just refuse.
Every time I see it,
don't
I
take it
always
off.
think of Droodles. It's yeah.
Don't get it. Droodles has it.
Yeah, don't get it. You'll catch the Droodles fever.
Saying that, it's got a really good camo on PC that Droodle showed me. Like, it's got a
Oh.
golden dragon and it looks amazing. But then again, Droodles likes it, so it's ruined it. So
Yeah.
But what if I
thanks,
just say I
thanks.
don't like it?
Then that's different. Then that's
Yeah,
different.
I hate the
But you
5A.
have it.
Don't get it.
But you
It will
have
be-
it.
I do think it will be in the auctions. I have every tank bat. You should just stop
Yeah.
playing the game.
Shit, you got
So-
me there. All
so-
right, guys, last stream.
So if it's in the auction, Droodles, if it's in the auction, how much do you reckon is it worth? Like, what would you say to people if it comes in the auction? What's a good price for it?
Okay, well, for the average tier 10 tank, it's usually $50 just for average and like Blitz.
Yeah.
So what is that?
So
Like 15?
I usually say anything less than $30 for the auctions for tier 10 is worth it. And that's with gold crates. So you can easily, I think you can get the
Yeah.
M60 for $15. If you
Except for
wait
the
until
30B, I
time.
wouldn't pay 2,500 gold for that thing.
Nah, the 30B, it's meh.
Nope.
It needs to be buffed.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You don't need the M60 if you have the M48, because it's just the same thing again. So it's like
No,
the
they
5A,
buffed the
it's just the
armor on the
IS7
Well,
again.
The armor's a tad bit different now.
Yeah.
Tad bit.
I mean,
But
it doesn't
then-
make that much of a difference. You can still pen the upper
Yeah,
plate.
but the M60 is a premium tank, so if you like the M48 and you want to earn more credits, you can just buy the M60.
Wait.
No, because the M60 's shit at credits, isn't it?
And
No, it doesn't.
make
Like,
credits.
really
Because I got
bad.
it for free.
Get
I got
yourself
the
a
M60 for
chieftain.
free.
Here's the deal.
Yes.
M60.
Get
Yourself.
yourself
The Chieftain is certainly worth it, yeah.
M60 is just a better pattern. That's all it
100%.
is. If
Chieftain,
you like the pattern,
you
then
can
like
lose
it.
all you want with the chieftain, but it is so funny hitting someone for 644 max roll with hash. That is the funniest thing ever.
Yep.
How about just
Also,
play the
Chieftain
AMX?
shoots
Just
out
shoot
for
them
that.
together for 600.
Go for
Play
the
an AMX now. I'm good.
go for the AMX and hit someone for what, 750
See, I got
with a HE
the
one?
chieftain in my
Yeah.
second crate.
Yes,
Oh, actually,
yeah.
I want to talk about crate luck. So I know you guys had to pay for yours. I saw a guy get 1 free snow globe from free XP and then 2 AMXs. In
I've
one.
seen that as well.
No,
Yeah.
that's not possible. You
What?
can't get 2 AMXs.
Do you want me to show you the photo?
No, he had to have gotten 10 charms. You can't get 2
Mhm.
more
I think
out
he
of it.
got the
Then I
10
guess it
charms,
was.
and on the
I guess
10th
it was
one he
10
opened-
charms, and then he got 2
Yeah.
AMXs. Like,
Yeah,
what?
you got an AMX
He
and
got
a
the 2
charm.
AMXs.
Crazy.
On my 10th, I got the AMX plus 7,500 gold on one, which is pretty cool.
That's not bad
That's
either.
great.
Yeah,
That's great.
Huge. bastards.
Oh no.
I kept getting scraped there.
Yeah.
That's all. For everyone out there who isn't spending money, you're a cunt. That's all I'm saying.
Thank
Hey,
you. I appreciate that.
I used the gold I had and opened up T22 and VK90. Haters in the chat. Go ahead.
I want a VK90 so bad.
I find the VK90 better than the AMX.
Oh, so good.
Can I just say that I bought exactly one T22 crate and got it from that?
Can I say exactly you are no longer on the stream?
What the hell?
Journals
knows I
I
got my entire paycheck and then I used it for bills and then I spent what I had left, which is $80 on T22 last time it came out.
The last time that
I bought you what, $25, $30 worth of cent crates. I gave you the money for that. You didn't get the cent, but I did get him a KB5.
Ooh.
Oh.
Which I played.
Ooh.
I played 7 games, and I think the first game legitimately had me questioning why I play the game.
Gravity mode.
I'm completely angled, like Meadsy was like, you know how you were angled in the KV4, Meadsy? I'm
Yep.
completely angled up like that. They just looked right at the turret and shot premium right through it. I was like,
The only good use for a KV5 and the Mauer Brecker, the 168, is
gravity
mode.
force.
Yeah,
Gravity
Mauer
force.
Brecker's just
Looking
a
forward.
meme.
It's just for trolling.
Yeah, I like the Mad Wrecker actually.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
quite,
When the new schema, the gravity force got delayed.
See my T22 crates on my rain account. On my rain account, I bought the buy one get one free one, and I got 222, two in a row. So not bad, eh?
Stealing my fucking
Not bad, and that's in my rain account. So.
the cheapest warfare year I've had yet.
I want to annoy you. I did open up 2 T22s as well.
Nice.
Hey Matt, you want to go stream on my channel?
Nice. So,
I haven't gotten
will
a
be
tank
good,
out
man.
of a crate. I haven't gotten a tank out of a crate in 2 years.
but don't buy
Like
crates,
a
guys.
proper
Don't
crate.
buy crates. It's bad.
Here, the
But-
only
well,
tank I've ever got cheap was a Shinobi. That was
The
the
way
only
I do it,
Shinobi. I didn't even want it.
the way I do it, Nancy, is every time they come out, I always buy that one bundle where you get
Yeah,
one
yeah.
crate and then another crate for free, and
Yeah.
that's it. That's the only stuff I ever buy on it. But I so severely wanted the T22 that I did spend that $80 at one.
About
time.
the 25%
So
crate's
disappointed.
coming out very soon.
Mm.
You heard about that?
Knowing my luck,
Apparently so.
I won't get it.
You get free
I just won't get
XP
it.
boosters.
That's how I felt about the Smasher, and I
When they
opened
brought
up in
out
the
the crate
snow
last
globe, so.
time they brought out the crate. Didn't they
Can
bring
I
the
just
tank
say,
with sword as well?
Batman's haircut is fresh as fuck.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Droodles, Carson Deer said, "Can you say hi?"
Hello.
Ooh.
Say it-
No,
say
he's-
it with the big brain.
he said-
Say it with the big
Yeah, he said, "Say hi, not hello." There's a difference.
Say it with the big brain, Joodles. Say it with the big brain.
Hi.
No.
Why is this 144p camera quality? What is going
Sorry,
on?
what was that bad? You cannot
Put
beat
your
me.
face in the middle. Put your face in the middle. And then go,
The middle.
Say hi.
Suits you actually. Suits you.
Yeah, it does.
What is this?
Just like my ego.
So, all in all, this Christmas event, what does everyone actually think? Like the whole thing, the event, the
I think
auction.
it's boring. They didn't have anything exciting.
Yeah.
Instead, they removed the Christmas thing where you could like move the tank.
Yeah.
And right.
Yeah.
But here's the question:
Yeah.
It's free stuff you're winning, and B, how would you change things up? Because if you think about it, so I'm gonna vouch for wargaming here. Everyone's stuck at home. You got nothing else to do, so everyone's spamming games. And if you do the first 10 victories of the day, that's fucking boring. No one cares about that because you play 10 and then you wander off to do something. So everyone's spamming games and you're winning free shit, and you got the chance to get free gold at the end if you spam enough, or some OP tanks, I'll say, like the Smasher or AMX. I mean, you can't complain about winning free things and then say,
Yeah,
"Oh
I
well,
actually
want
said
it to
in
be
my video, I
different."
said if any of you are complaining that wargaming's greedy, you are in the wrong. Because they're literally giving you... The worst option is 7,500 gold in the snow mode.
I don't think the
Yeah.
problem is with greed though. I think last year's event was a lot more colorful. If you remember the garage,
was.
you could put a lot more things. Yeah, the event was more grindy, but you could grind the tank out, for example. I don't think wargaming is more greedy. I just think they missed out on a lot of things that we enjoyed in last year's event.
I mean, the thing I don't like is I literally just got the tank and that's it. The whole Blitz fair is over for me now. There's nothing for me to do, so now I just go back to my normal videos where...
Yeah, that's you though. You own every tank. Like.
Yeah, but you do the you have to do the same thing. Like, there's nothing for the Blitz fair you care about now.
No, yeah.
Dribbles, you're really sad.
Yeah.
You're really sad. All you do is live with Blitz. Like most people here have a life.
Yeah, all the rest of us actually do
I have
something.
work
That's
tomorrow. I have to
the
wake up in 4 hours, but
I'm sorry,
still
don't
here.
you go to sleep at 6 a.m.?
Yeah, but I've still got friends and family. Like you stay all day in your
He's actually
room
got a job.
playing Blitz.
He's actually
yeah,
got a
maybe, but we'll go into that different time.
My job is to rant.
Yeah,
My
and-
job is to rant.
But for me personally, I would say I'm bored. I'm playing the game, smashing out, and also the clan mission things. I know they've fucked
I
it up a bit,
appreciated those.
but yeah, they're really good. You're winning free shit for playing in your clan, and they're actually achievable.
Promotes
now.
being in a clan.
Yeah,
Mhm,
and
sure.
there's actually point of tuning with your clanmates and trying to get good players in.
I've been urging for Blitz to add clan reward tanks, or not clan reward tanks, but reward tanks,
Tanks.
like the Object 260 and PC. If you play like, I think it's a couple months of just non-stop missions, you can get a tier 10 just by
Yeah.
grinding.
It's
Yeah.
a
It
lot
will
more
keep
than that.
people in the game, and I think that that's something Blitz should do, because a player like me doesn't want to play the game that much anymore, apart from making videos.
Like in World Tanks PC, it's like you have to get the Stug, you have to get a T20 at HTC, you have to get the T55, and then you can get the 260.
and
so
it
it's like
takes
a very
months.
long grind.
A quickie maybe over a year to get the Object 279E.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
so
long time.
that's something that I would
Yeah,
like.
but I think
for-
that's what collector tanks are. Blitz, basically.
But maybe that's the way
Yeah,
Wargaming are heading.
fine.
You know, like they've just started with the clan. Obviously, they're going to test.
Yeah.
They're going to test it to make
Well-
sure it works. I suppose. Then maybe we'll start seeing reward
Like,
tanks.
I
I
like how
don't
they
know.
did the Fearless. The IS-6 Fearless got me to play
Obviously-
Raiders.
See, I don't like the way they did the Fearless. I hate the way. Not just
Yeah,
because
Raiders is
not
shit.
just because I've got it and it's now really sort of. It doesn't mean much, but I got it for a reason that's stupid anyway. But the people that actually won the Fearless originally, that tank actually meant something. Now it just means fuck all. It means you've spammed ratings. Like,
I mean, on the fact that you can get the Fearless by grinding. So
Yeah.
if they were to bring a new tank into the game, let's say like the Canonian Jagdpanzer that they're testing, if they were to put that in ratings as a vehicle that you have to actually play the game and earn, that would keep people in the game instead of just, oh, gee, I bought it.
You would have to do it differently than
Yeah.
PC does, because PC puts these
like
giant
the
OP
E75
tanks on a
TS,
pedestal.
remember? Remember that
Yeah,
event with the
more or
E75
less.
TS? Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
But I hope they never bring in these ridiculous tanks like the 279E or the Chieftain FE201, because those
Mm.
are so broken. Like, if you've ever looked at the hull down 201, it's impenetrable.
The thing
Yeah,
they messed
totally.
up is they only let
And it's-
usually the good people are the only ones.
Yeah, of
getting
course,
the
it's the
tanks.
good people playing
Yeah.
it.
Or
So
object version
And that
4 as
means
well.
that they have the complete monopoly on them.
It'd
They
be
can
like
just
the only
absolutely
top
crush it.
10% of players getting smashers, and then nobody else had them.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the
Yeah.
only people that ever win in those are those top 10%.
Yeah, those people.
So I hope they don't do that. I hope they do give people a chance to get like
Yeah.
unique
I hope
tanks,
it's a
but not
balanced tank.
something
yeah,
too
it would be a
strong.
good thing. But problem I have is like in Blitz, you can just be an idiot, have 20 battles, and buy yourself a tier 10 tank, and then ruin the matchmaking for everyone
I
else.
had a problem
Which is
with
not
that
the
when they
case in
first
World Tanks
started
PC.
Well, I have the problem with that until you realize that there's people with 20, 30,000 games that are even worse. And
Wait,
I'm
wait,
like,
wait. But wait. You're saying that you can't do that in World of Tanks PC, but what they're doing in World of Tanks PC anyway is release the Object version 4. They released the Type 5 Heavy with the HE tank, and
I love
Wargaming ruined it themselves by releasing broken tanks. So at least in Blitz, relatively, I
Yeah,
mean,
they balanced
other than the smash,
Blitz is pretty bad
Give them
compared to PC, yeah.
Give them
don't-
some credit though, because they did nerf the Type 5 and the
Yeah, they've both of them, yeah.
Don't
Did it really
forget
make a
yet,
difference
guys.
there?
Blitz is 4 years behind what PC.
Yep.
They can still fuck it up.
That's true. I mean, they're trying.
They got rid of
They're
that.
actively
They're
trying.
on the right track to do that.
I will give them credit. The last two that they brought out, the Kronwagen and the AMX, have been fairly decent as far as like
How about
balancing.
that,
They
man?
made them
Missiles.
ridiculous.
We've been waiting
I mean,
for
yeah,
that for
that
a year.
that was what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, that's
I-
what we've been waiting for.
I'm
Now they just
more
need
than
to
anti-missile.
nerf light tank armor. That's all they need to nerf.
Oh my god! Why do they have armor? Why? It's the light tank. What the hell?
So
They're
what-
gonna make everything a tier 5 leopard.
49 ATM
Yeah.
is a tier 7 premium.
So now the missiles are gone. What do you think of the Sheridan now? Is it more OP or is it?
Amazing.
I think it's
Still,
more
still
okay.
the same.
It is such a good tank now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
hands down.
Yeah, it's pretty
Who's just said it's still the same? Emerald, is that you?
Me. Yep.
Why do you think it's still the same?
for me it's still the same because I never use the rockets.
Yeah.
That's
I've never touched rockets. I never needed to. I could still do damage just fine.
But now you don't have to poke out for as long.
In fact, I think it's better that you don't have to wait for the rocket to hit. You can just poke out, shoot, heat, and then go back in. It hits instantly.
Oh yeah, it's much better.
It's better.
You can hit people across the map now as well. So before, you couldn't, for example, camp in Castilla on the actual church and hit the heavies on the far side because you couldn't them. And now you can. Yeah.
The way I rate the sheriff is, it's only the good players that made the tank hell.
Yeah.
The average player isn't ruining the matchmaker by spamming missiles over. Yeah,
they're ruining it because then they'll be on my team and they're dunking missiles. They're not even hitting them. They're just sitting like right here on mines and they're just failing to hit.
No comment back chat.
Yeah.
It
was the good players that ruined it. But now they have swapped it, and now people that actually were just trying to shoot and sit missiles are actually doing better because they're like, oh wait,
they're forced to do something.
Blank in a light tank? What?
No, but now all you do is go
That's
hold down
tracks
in
for a
your
reason.
Sheridan. You go hold down in it, you side scrape instead. You play as a heavium. It's fine. It's ruin everyone else's fun.
Now,
wait, Bat, did you know it has an engine?
Yeah, it has an engine and tracks for a reason. That's That's crazy. That's crazy.
It has tracks.
It takes me a while to find
Oh my god. Oh my god, this thing has view range? That's nuts!
But the Sheridan's ridiculous. Like, how many times have you hit the rear of it, hit the engine deck, hit the side?
A million.
Or the turret, and it bounces, and you're like, you have no art. Even the
It's as small as the Vickers, the actual model of it.
I know, but it's like the other plate of a bat chat. How many times have you hit that and it's ricocheted and you're like,
every single time you hit the bat chat.
That's how I get that, because that's auto ricochet angles. That's more than a 70.
No,
it's
you
still
overmatch the armor. Like, I've hit it with a 183 before and it just yeeted the shell off, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, am I a joke to you? What is this?
Exactly.
Like,
Can I just say, Mystic? I am reading the chat, and Adrian, Happy's not on this server. We took Happy off the server for reasons. That's why he's not here. So I know Happy's messaged me. I haven't opened the message because I'm streaming. But there was the reasons why Happy's not on this server. He knows the reasons. That's why he's not here. That's why he's not here. So I am reading the chat, but I'm not going to answer the chat because other people were talking. That's why I'm not answering your. So yeah, that's why he's not here.
Well, seeing as you were talking about new tanks and Blitz, let's talk about the new 50 TP product that's getting tested.
Oh, no.
Let's not talk about that. Me and Batman at least will stay out of the conversation because we are testing. We are testing it.
100%. It will be nerfed.
So it's just Emerald, Droodles, and Eco then, because
But
I'm also dead.
you guys feel free to talk about it. We'll just sit and listen. And
No. So, back chat, how have you been? You guys carry on in the back.
I've been doing great. How about you, Eco? Do you want to do marshmallows again?
Yeah, I bought some more marshmallows. I'm not even kidding.
There you go. There you go.
Before Bat
I'll just
started playing the tank, I pretty much told him that it will 100% be nerfed by the time it comes out.
I wasn't totally convinced, but yeah, I played it.
That's all I played.
I played.
That's all we can
I know what to expect.
Okay, I'm allowed to say what Batchat's stats are on Blitz stars, right? I'm allowed to.
I can't say it, but go for
But I
it.
can.
yeah.
He's about 90% for the 12 or so games he played in it, with 3,600 average damage. So that's numbers for you. Now that's a tier 9. So fair and balanced wargaming.
Yeah.
I don't know what my stats
that's
are.
a test tank now. It's like in World Tanks PC, it's like it's a tier 9 regular tank, I think. So why would they make it a premium here?
It's not.
It's still a. It's just a premium tier 8, isn't it?
Premium.
But there's the 50
premium
TP prototype, and there's a 50 TP, and there's a 53 TP, which is tier 9.
The 53 TP is the tech tree.
Yeah, so the 50 TP proto, which is coming to Blitz, is actually a tier 8 premium in PC.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What on PC?
I'll tell you what I want.
Everyone get ready for the Czechoslovakian line in Blitz.
Yeah, see, I'm cool with all that, but the tank that I really want, and I really wish they'd actually work on bringing them into the game, is the Swedish mediums. I actually think that would be amazing.
UDES?
Oh, the UDIS.
Yeah. But they'd have to find a way to actually make hydraulic suspension work in Blitz.
Droodles has got a good idea.
Hydraulic, hydro-pneumatic.
That's my bad. I
mean,
you know, Southern
American,
American.
just
after all.
What's a good idea? I don't know.
The one you said about uprising. Is it uprising with the button? Basically, where you have special abilities, I think So others have probably had this idea too. I think they use Uprising as the test bed to try out shit like this and how it would work in game. So you can modify a certain tank mechanic and see how it worked by pressing it. Because they did the same with was it the Helsing, where they had the double shot, and then they took it over to PC, and then now they've got the double shot there. So, that chat, you've gone.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry.
How rude.
Well,
I had to do something with my desk. I figured people should focus.
Masturbate on camera like a man. Come on.
All right, fine. Hold on, just let me.
You gotta clean your camera.
Mystic, I have turned Eco up. Eco's the loudest it's his end, I think.
Eco, you just see the camera go off.
But honestly speaking, though, if we're talking about how he's back. But if we're talking about how the back chat's got a really bad auto ricochet, can you imagine how bad it would be with the UDES? It's literally everything would just say, no, fuck off.
How much armor does the UDES have? Because the 3 calibers
it has a lot.
The 3 calibers
How much?
100. I think I'm gonna guess like 100 mil.
I mean, you can't. If it's hold down, you can't pin it. And also, one thing, the 100 pneumatic suspension, it works automatically. When you drive slow enough, it automatically activates it. So there's no button for it. It's the same with the STB1. It has 14 degrees of gunner.
There's no speed in Blitz.
But you can't do that in Blitz. Like in Blitz, it's in the case of you literally have forwards and backwards. Yeah. You can't actually dictate your own speed, like even if you move it a little bit, depending on your own sensitivity. So they have to
10, 15 kilometers, something like that.
Just set like a simple button on the side that limits your speed and does this.
But can you imagine the massive? Because on the front of it, you've got a grill, don't you? So you can't HE or hesh the front.
No, not that. I don't think that one has the grill. It's just kind of like
it's got like these. It's got like a barbed. I don't even know what it is. It's got like a fence on the front of it.
I thought that was just the tank destroyer.
No, that's just it.
Wait, the tank destroyer.
Are we not on about the UDES?
We're talking about the
different UDES, the medium.
This is the medium.
The STRV is the tank destroyer.
Not the cheese graders, the mediums.
Now, it's based off the 103. It's based off the 103 suspension. But the thing is, every time that you go into the Hydro mode, it has way better accuracy, reload, and everything like the tank destroyer does, but it also has 440 alpha.
The thing about Blitz is insane. I don't think the Stritzwagen would do well at all. I think it would be at
103D, yeah.
No, the STRV is not going to work, no.
It would not work in Blitz. Like, you just... An E25 isn't even that good in Blitz. It's just...
It's because the maps are so
You
small.
take that back, bitch.
Like,
well, thank you, Kyle.
Okay,
quick.
the E25 is fun, but it's not as good as it is on PC.
On PC, it can literally set the button and just go... and then just end it.
Yeah.
Well, quick question. Quick question.
There are... Oh, sorry, go for it.
Why do you think Wargaming should add bots to the games, like training rooms and stuff like that?
It's called the NA server.
No, I meant... no, I meant like in training rooms.
You know what I'd like them to do? Instead of bots in the actual game mode, make like a training room like something like Rocket League does and let you train against bots.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
In my opinion.
I just want a new tutorial. That's all I want.
The tutorial map, though. Oh, gee.
It's like weakness armor. Now, if you shoot inside it weaker, unless 2-5 to you.
I mean,
but
it would be nice if you go into the game. You could ready up the bot and whatever tank you have trouble with, and then work with that tank.
See, I think that would be really good. But would you go with other people? Because for example,
people wouldn't do it. They don't watch our YouTube videos. People that don't understand the game don't watch our YouTube videos.
No, but your matchmaker would get fucked as well because they've already said we closed the game modes that night. Not the special one, like Uprising.
Yeah, they do.
We closed that so people actually pay the normal queue. Otherwise, there's not enough people. Can you imagine that? You get to piss around against bots, like absolutely having like the time of your life. With
people showing 15k damage, like
yeah.
Okay.
They're posting in this legit replays.
Which is what I done, but mine was I was actually on a test server, and it was like 2 of us versus 7 mouse. But the best thing about bots, like when we have the test server, you can set their level as well, so you can set it to either useless, pretty much not the normal, like novice and so on. So Drudle's level, Meadsy's level, and then Fatness's level is just above Meadsy's level.
You've got NA, then you've got EU, and then you've got CIS. That's what you've got.
You got CIS regions up the very top.
Asia,
and then above that is God tier Asia.
Well, all right.
There's just a picture of Bushka at the top.
There's this Bushka's head on the front of the
See you, Layla.
You see, I thought NA had
feel
some
like-
bad
like
like
NA's
pubbies, but Asia has some awful pub players.
Asia is like NA, but you just take all the bad players.
Yeah, pretty much.
100%.
True.
Exactly.
True. So what other shit in lately's wargaming? Like, what good stuff do you think they've
I
come
want
out
to say
with?
they didn't nerf the Vickers enough.
True.
Yeah. The
True.
Gauntlet's still too strong.
Mm-hmm.
It has armor. Like, it's a light
Oh,
tank with armor.
Here's the thing
What?
is, I was using the
It is.
C49. A 49 cannot penetrate the upper or lower plate of a Vickers with heat. Which doesn't make sense.
I mean,
it
but
is a
that's the
light
problem.
tank.
You cannot
For Blitz,
ban
you
the
can.
upper plate.
Oh, hello. 1 second, guys. YouTube's done an, not YouTube. Discord's done an oopsie. Here we go.
Literally, what about a
Sure.
game?
Easy, just leave.
Now I'm back. I'm
Yep.
back.
Well,
Like, you can't really make light tanks and Blitz. Light tanks are about spotting, and the maps are so
Yeah.
small that you can't really spot anything. So you essentially have to make them like a medium to make them competitive, because if they can't shoot anything, then what are they for?
Yeah, that's true, but the camo rating on the
then
Vickers.
take the camo away, yeah. Make
Yeah.
it an actual medium tank.
I just
Like the
find
camos,
it's
the
made
annoying-
other
You know-
tanks. Well,
You know what they did with the Leopard?
Yeah.
You go through the VK28 all the way up to the RU, and then it becomes
Yeah.
medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make the Vickers CR and the Vickers a medium tank.
That
That's
works.
pretty
That
much
will
all
work,
they
yeah.
are.
does that makes other mediums
You
irrelevant.
can make their gun great. If they're a medium tank, you can make their
Yep.
their gun a medium tank caliber gun.
But
You know?
don't you
Yeah.
find though that because of the armor, and I suppose the armor and the view range, it renders other tanks irrelevant. And I'll say irrelevant because there's no point paying a back
Maybe.
chat. There's no point
Yeah,
paying
like
a
the
Leo.
STB.
Mm.
Yeah,
STB
well,
goes down completely
STB.
to the
Well,
Vickers.
you say
STB's
that.
good though. STB's good.
STB I do enjoy. I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
the
rather
STB 's
play.
pretty good.
I'd rather
But-
play that over an AMX 30.
There's
Well,
only
the
two
STB and
things
the
I would
Vickers are
take
tied.
over the Vickers. There's only, but that's the thing. They're tied, and it's a light tank.
Yeah.
The only thing the STB has going for it is that it does not have weak cheek armor on the turret like the Vickers has now.
Yeah, that's all it has going for it.
The
Yeah.
only thing, but
Vickers has
the
Well,
Vickers
no,
has
it's
such a
not
big.
deep yet.
I mean,
It has such a big little. What is it called? I forgot.
Big little what?
Yep.
yeah.
So you call yourself in bed.
Oh, I'll show you Big
I'm
Little.
gone. The government that covers so much of the turret. The government that covers so much of the turret front that you
Yeah,
can't
it's
hit the
ridiculous.
cheeks anyway.
Yeah.
If he's not a bad player, he's just gonna move forward and backwards all the time when he's reloading. You can't hit him. There's
Like,
no
I
way.
personally find the STB
True.
still the strongest of the mobile tanks currently. It is, I think it's the highest performing, apart from
At the mediums, probably.
Yeah,
So
so
the
no,
medium-
it performs better than Vickers. The Vickers does very well, but the issue with the Vickers is the gun doesn't hit all of its shells, and you can't hold like an STB.
Neither does the STB, to be fair.
Most Vickers, the reason they're so annoying is because you're about to push on it, and then it's just like yeet runs off into the distance.
And the
Or
HE.
you're, or you're shooting it with a 150 and it bounces it from the
Yeah.
side.
The
Yeah.
STB doesn't need to run; it just holds that position the whole game.
Have you ever heard of the
Yeah.
EBR 105?
Get
It,
out?
it
Oh,
feels
yes.
like an EBR.
Yes.
It feels like an EBR almost.
But-
But the EBR is like way
It
faster.
doesn't.
Who
Like,
would win?
you don't know the EBR
183
feeling unless you
millimeter?
play it.
That when you get an EBR, you'll see.
But
No,
the
I've
thing
seen
is,
I have it, like, that's just like-
I've watched
Meow.
EBR.
I have
This
a
is
question,
like-
though, for Droodles. Sorry, 1 second back chat. So you'd
Yeah.
say that an STB can hold, but I can guarantee you, I'd rather take a Vickers because of that HE.
I mean, the Vickers can do that
Any
as
day,
well, but-
hands
yeah.
down.
And
Yeah,
you can
but
run
you
away
just
if
can't,
they're
like,
getting
You can
to
run
you.
away
Yeah,
if you
but
get overrun.
You can't hold hull down like an STB. No
You
take.
don't need
no.
to do because
You don't need to
pop up, you
hold
shoot and
down.
disappear.
You don't need.
Yeah.
You're not always out in the STB. You're not sitting there standing still in the STB,
You met me.
and you aren't in the Vickers either.
I'm that stupid aggressive guy that's like, I'm gonna rush.
You are.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are.
You're
It
the
works.
idiot yesterday who said, "Oh, the AMX isn't good," and then had his front plate just sitting there.
Yeah, he's literally rushing like
I'm-
2
I'm
tanks
here
at
for
once. He's
everyone.
like, I've got him now.
Yeah, tanks everywhere. I'm being shot. I don't know why.
Today, specifically today, I'm watching him fight a mouse and a Jaegeru, and he's counting on this leopard teammate who's literally got his ass to the Jaegeru. Like,
we killed not only the mouse but the Jaegeru, and then my whole team died.
and then it was already 7-2 by then.
what was I supposed to do?
No.
Boys,
Stop.
Stop playing? Yeah, you're right. I should
Yeah.
quick,
just
quick question. If they add EBR, who would
No.
win? A 183 millimeter AP round or a tire boy?
The tire. Obviously. The tire.
The tire would bounce the 183.
I remember a game where there were 3 Jaegers on the enemy team. Guess how many of them failed to penetrate because they hit the wheels?
All of them.
3 of them.
I'm gonna guess
5
all
of them.
3. Everybody on the
But the balancing factor though is if you look at most of the maps in Blitz, they're quite bumpy, aren't they? Can you imagine how many EBRs that fly over the top?
But we don't have
crash?
physics. We don't have.
Yeah, there's no physics, so you can just jump around like a moron. You're not gonna
can't
crash.
flip
It's not
over.
gonna do anything.
Yeah.
No, but you
In,
lose your track.
PC, there's a lot more elevation, a lot more stuff like that, so you can
But the
flip
thing
a lot
is,
easier.
you don't stop. You don't stop in the EBR. When you
No,
lose
not
a
really.
wheel, you don't stop.
Yeah.
You just
No,
keep
no,
going.
no.
They'll probably see that.
It goes from 90 to 65.
You go 5
It was
kilometers per hour slower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
light tank speed
What
at that
does
point.
the T stand for? Tank. Do you think
You
it's
slow down to lightning speed, exactly.
What does
Yeah,
the
it
T
goes to
stand for?
65.
What?
Yeah, what does the T stand for in tanks? I wonder if it's tracked. Huh. World of tanks.
What if the word tank stands for
The
tank?
T
You've
stands
got
for-
artillery. Wait, that doesn't make sense because you've got tank destroyers, which
I
aren't
think-
tanks, and you've
Yeah,
got
but they're still tracked.
artillery. No, but it doesn't
I
make
don't
a
have
difference when it's
ideas.
tracked.
I mean, the T-30s are heavy, but whatever.
Yeah, but the
T
Star
stands
Destroyer
for-
is called a Star Destroyer and doesn't destroy stars, so...
Yeah. I mean, it destroys my will to live consistently.
I mean, the 183 is shit, though. Like,
I mean, I'm hitting people on other maps. That's how good my discussion is.
You just,
Yeah, but-
just yeet that shell.
Remember that KV2 shot on Winter Malinovka that I fired? That
You remember
was
the one I fired? It's actually in the Amazon video
Made
that
it
I
to the
made,
Russian
where I
embassy.
shot and it goes out the aiming circle and then back in, and this poor SU-35 or whatever the hell it's called for the French just gets deleted. It's like poor
yeah, but imagine the 183 having 1,750 damage. Imagine that one.
That'd be fair and balanced. Totally.
Completely.
No, but then I also want the
That
2,000
man.
damage clip back
Yeah.
chat. Have fun with that.
No, the bat shot's got like 2,500, isn't it? Or is it just?
No, it's 19.
No, it's
1950.
19.
Nah.
1950, yeah.
I know it's 5.
But it's not really that good anymore either, because EBR.
But let's be fair, yeah, the EBR is the king
Well,
of
everybody
PC
always
at the
says
moment.
give the bat shot another shell. I'm like, giving a tank more shells doesn't make it.
No.
It makes it actually less flexible
It's-
sometimes.
It's
Do you think the
actually
buff
fairly
was
strong
enough?
right now.
Do you think the
What
buff
I
was
would
enough?
do to the bat
To
shot
the
is give it
bat
a
shot.
350 alpha
Okay.
and not change anything else.
I don't know about that. I would say
Bat and I have both
at
agreed
Like,
that
it's 105mm. Why does it have 310?
It's not
At
105, it's
most, I would
100,
say.
Can we answer the question the host has asked, please?
Thank
What
you.
was the question?
Was the buff
I'll
enough?
stand up for you.
Thank you, Batman. Was the buff enough for the
I
bat
was
chat?
trying to address it. I don't think so in the
No.
entirety of things.
I think
I would like to see it come down to
better than nothing.
2.5.
Alright,
Yeah.
so Bat and
Yeah.
I both wanted it 2.5, but what I've told everybody is that it's better than nothing, and the tank can do well if you play it correctly. Everybody else
Well-
complains that they don't get a lot of damage
Yeah.
out the bat.
But it's still
you're not
irrelevant.
supposed to get damage out. You're
No,
supposed
but-
to play.
But it's still irrelevant. You can hop in a Vickers and shit out twice.
Yeah, but you can also do well in a bat shot. That's the point. The point of a game isn't to hop in a tank and
plays
battle
totally
the tank.
different than
Have
Have
any
you
other
not
tank in
played
the
the
game.
183?
Yeah.
The whole point of the 183 is to say fuck you to someone else. and the Jaeger.
And it's great.
Anybody playing a bat shot is playing it for fun in the first place. It's just like an AMX 1390. You're not going to play the tank always.
Yeah.
The Vickers will be better, even if they gave it a 2-second. But the Vickers would still crap on it with Hesh. It doesn't matter what it is. Sheridan would outtrade it. Both of the lights and Blitz are excellent at killing the one bat shot. But the bat shot's meant to not deal with lights. It's meant to deal with the heavies and the tank
Yeah, it's
destroyers.
supposed to be a support vehicle.
Yeah.
But don't you remember? Don't you remember when the bat chat first come? Wargaming announced that it was going to get a 2.5 second, but
really
then
hoping
they changed it because during the test it was too OP.
Like,
Do you think that will be the case now though?
I think
Nah.
it's,
No.
I don't think they're going to
No.
change it.
Because I had a meeting with Wargaming last week and we discussed the bat chat, and when we said what was the reason for the 2.8, like, and they just said they would rather do it bit by bit than rather do it straight to 2.5 and then it be too OP, and then they have to change it back. So they're
Well, if they're doing it,
looking at it. They are looking at it, and there is a reason
It's not better
why
than
it's
just
2.8. So
sort
that
of
is the
all the
reason why it's
buttons
2.8. So they just want to
All right,
test it
guys,
to
we
see.
have to rally for a 1-second interclip. Everybody rally for a 1-second interclip.
1 second, no.
Why don't we just get the Waffen trigger of E100, huh?
Why don't we rally for Smasher to be bumped up to tier 8 then?
Yes.
It's basically a tier 8 now.
Hey, here's something I've been saying. I've been telling
But no,
Batchat
I'd like
that I
to see
would rather
2.5.
have the bat become a medium with an extra shell, and then just move. No, because I want the AMX 13. Is it the one? What is it
A
called?
105? You mean
105.
basically what we have?
Yeah, but it would be like an AMX 1390 with a 2.5-second engine, but smaller tank. The Batchat's so big. That's an issue.
But,
Like,
you could release it as a premium tank and sell it in crates.
Yeah,
Like they'll do with the
exactly.
Action X.
Yeah, but
M60,
make it-
48
make
patents,
it-
you got the
yeah.
Batchat and the 105.
Exactly. Watch this.
Like
Watch this
AMX,
space. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Wargaming, I want some royalties from that idea.
Yeah, give Batman all the stuff right there.
But man, don't
I-
even kid yourself. You're not
But
gonna
to
get
answer
anything.
the original question, it's decent now at its one roll, but it would be comfortable if it had 2.5. I think much more comfortable for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
But I think the
Yeah.
Batchat also suffers from like the leopard problem, as where if you're shit, you're never gonna do well because you can't allow
That's
mistakes.
just
The
a
second you
gamer
peak,
problem.
you're dead.
But that's true
So,
for
like-
any tank, unless you're running an IS4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
but
No,
these
there's a
people
lot of
with the
idiot-proof tanks.
No,
Yeah, that's,
But
that's why they're doing so well, because the more armor a tank has,
Yeah, but like
the
take
easier
the
it is
AMX
to
M4,
play against
for
bad
example.
players.
AMX
Because the bad
M4
players, they
is-
don't know how to aim.
But what
Yeah.
update 5.5 did
Yeah.
there, sorry, I'm just going to speak over you,
Yeah.
Jules. What update 5.5 did there was update 5.5 said fuck you to skill, because if
Yeah.
you think about it,
They
the
just
back chat
funnels the
relies.
people up.
Yeah, exactly. But back chat relies on your team surviving long
Yep.
enough
Yep.
for you to either farm or spot for them. And these
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
how many teams have you been in where your heavies have YOLO'd off, one guy's like Rockfield, everyone goes C, and one dickhead's gone to A by himself, and then he's spamming the team saying, "Oh noobs."
No.
I said right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's a
stand by my.
Christmas event. It's different
By
now.
the way.
Batman.
Christmas
Yeah.
event is different now. Right now, the
I
tank
played-
destroyers go forward, then there's the light tanks, then the heavies
Yeah.
are moving back from the spawn and camping in the corner and
That's a
sniping.
Ho-Re frontline
Batman,
heavy.
I
Yeah.
played tier 5 today, and 2 people drowned on Mirage.
It's clearly obvious
Heck,
that
I'd
the
have
grill is a
mounted
light
down
tank,
on
right?
Fort May.
like
The grill
you
is a light
can't
tank.
You can't fix people who don't want to improve. That's what I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
They're just
that's-
playing the
or
game
can't.
to play the game.
Or
You
can't.
can't.
I'll be honest.
You can't
Some
physically
people
improve.
can't.
Well, you can't fix stupid. That's the whole saying.
No. Now, what
No,
would
you
I
can-
would
You know that too well, Droodles. Yeah, you've tried, but
Yeah. No, what I would do is like, if you have a certain amount of battles and you shit, then you have to like redo the tutorial. You have to do another training course and stuff like that. And when you still shit after that, then you have to do it again. So either you get annoyed from constantly having to train, or you actually get good.
But
My
then they
rule
won't
for gaming
spend
is-
gold on the game, and then the game would die.
Yeah, but what's
I-
more
I-
important, wargaming making money or the game having a healthy environment? 'Cause
Wargaming making money.
the more people are happy, the more they're gonna spend.
I
Yeah,
will thank Wargaming. Wargaming made the Tiger 2 so shit when I first played that it actually made me want to get good at the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the seal cover.
Don't even get me started. I get to the E100 and they buffed the whole Tiger line.
Yeah, they buffed everything. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man. I
fucking
suffered
really?
through the Tiger one. I suffered through that thing.
Yeah.
Everything pans your front.
Tears,
You can't
the
do
absolute
shit.
pain.
It took me, I think, 400 battles to get through the Panther 2 when I first started.
Oh yeah, it took me about the same to get through the Tiger.
No,
and
none of you are allowed to complain. I went
God.
from a 183 as my first line. None
Hey,
of you
you're
are
just
allowed to
dumb.
complain.
Okay, you're out.
Dumb man.
Get out.
Dumb man.
I had to play
Keep
at
that down.
Tortoise for
Doodles- Doodles took
500
one look.
games.
He took one look at his phone and he went, "Oh, big gun."
I did.
Because he wants, but he doesn't
That's
have.
what I did. I
Yeah,
said
exactly.
big
Just
gun,
look
I
at
go.
it like,
so if the
Oh,
if the 183 was Droodles' first tier 10, what was the rest of yours? So, Batchat, what was your first tier 10?
E100. I wanted the Tiger and I was immensely disappointed. I was like, oh, if it's good enough for the Germans in World War II, but then they're like, oh, we're throwing the Korean War at you when I got the grade. I was like, God damn it.
Batman, what was your first?
So I was the same as Batchat. I fell in love with the Tiger 2, and then I saw the E100. I was like, you know what? Armor, good, like decent mobility, that big fuck off gun.
That big gun.
And then I remember I looked back at my stats, and I was like 400 battles at 42%, and I was like, fuck me. And like now, it's Seal Clubbing. It's amazing. I recommend it for anyone who's out there. Get it to Seal Club. It's brilliant.
Emerald?
Tiger 2 is good, and the Tiger 1 is amazing.
so
Yeah.
this is gonna be a funny story that makes 3 of us for the E100 for the first line. because on PC I completed the Russian lines already, so I was like, there's the only lines that interest me are the Tiger, and I grinded through that line first.
So what all of you are saying
Nice.
is basic.
Mark.
Pick up the transmission massive.
I'm gonna be
my first one was the
Still to
E50M.
this day, I only
Your
have
first
the-
tier 10 was the E50M.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know what
Back when it
survivability
didn't
meant.
have turret armor, and that was horrible.
I have a feeling it was Meadsy's first was the Leopard.
No, it was my first was the
no.
IS7. My first was the
There you
IS7.
go.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty good choice.
So-
I think
Well,
the
a
IS7
lot
is a
of
pretty good
people went
starter
for
tank
that.
still.
So what would you recommend for now people to?
Starter tank?
Yeah,
IS4.
IS4
No, there's a
definitely.
reason why I
IS4.
don't say the IS4. There's a reason why, and I've said this many times, is because the ST1 is such a bad
It's
stock
a
grind.
massive.
Yeah, like
Go for the IS7. It is such a bad
Yeah.
grind. If you just get the IS7, then you can grind the IS4 with.
I'm just
the
gonna
top
say
grind.
fuck you to you both because the ST1 is fucking brilliant. That
If you
Stock?
you no, stop.
Stock?
Yeah, but if you're talking about stock,
Batman.
you're talking about
Batman,
stock.
stop.
I
IS7
want you to
IS gone
grind.
with IS10,
It
not
died.
S10.
Play the
Imagine.
stock ST1 for 10 games, and you have to grind 100,000 XP for that
That's
gun.
what free XP's for.
And your
Yeah.
It's not my
50%
fault.
crew.
Yeah, and your 50% crew.
But that's not free XP. Past tier.
I didn't
the
have
whole
free
point.
XP.
We didn't have
that.
the
Yeah.
Then
XP.
So-
stop
so
being a
basi-
peasant.
Basically IS4, but make sure you save the free XP for the
Wait.
ST. Basically.
But the Tiger line is probably the friendliest because the Tiger,
at the moment, yeah.
Tiger 2,
But You have to take stock at the E75.
Yeah, but no, you need to know the angle. You can't do that. People don't know how the side script when they first start.
Hold
Well,
on, hold on.
Like, the thing is,
the
you
armor
can,
is good enough.
you can sort of
The
play the
Tiger 2's armor
E75
is
as a
good
donkey
enough
tank.
that you don't really have to side script anyway.
Yeah, no.
No,
If even if you're top tier.
bounce tank is IS4. You just drive and you bounce shots.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It's just, even like a bad player, they'll just drive and you're like, oh look, plate, and then it like misses.
It's not a bad shout to say the E5 or the M48 line isn't too bad. Like all
No,
of those
it's
are
not bad
pretty
for a
good.
beginner though.
Yeah, the
Kind
E5
of.
is a bit grindy because of the T32.
so as a new player, what line would you tell people to definitely avoid? Right.
Match at.
Oh,
183.
183,
183.
263.
Yeah, but I'd
good
suggest
shout.
any player to like disregard a 183 line. Like even a good player, I still wouldn't say go grind the line.
The leopard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going
leopard
bat chat.
definitely.
The bat is just bad for any player that doesn't understand mechanics.
I can tell you as someone who started the E100 and then started the leopard right after it, the leopard's up there for me.
Yeah.
The leopard PTA stock is bad. That's
Yeah.
bad too.
And the Leopard doesn't forgive
the
any
Indian
mistakes.
Enhancer stock is
And as a
bad.
new player, you
There's
just
one-
make a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, that's true, but that's why I love the leopard because it makes you think about like you can't just roll up like in an IS4 sort of makes you think.
Force you to start to play
Well, there's a
fast.
good answer. It's any tank that's very lightly armored. You should not grind if you're new to the game.
Yeah.
Let's just
Whoa,
stick
whoa,
with
whoa,
the mark.
whoa. Vickers is lightly armored.
You would still still don't do great in the Vickers.
Vickers is
I mean, yeah.
lightly.
But they'll grind to it. They'll grind to it. And
Hey,
by
Muffin.
the time that they do it from our suggestion, it'll be nerfed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't
I
in
don't
good
think it'll be
conscience
nerfed,
say
yeah.
that. Bro, just play the whole read. Just play the whole read. Just dunk everything. Just dunk everything.
How many Hellrees do you see being frontline heavies? And they get away with
All the time. They always get away with it.
They
Yeah,
always get
the Hories are really good tank.
I just don't understand the gun, like the actual premium shell. What's
It's
the point in
stupid.
running normal shells? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
I
point.
honestly
No point.
don't get it. Yeah.
Alright, wait, here's the
What's
tank.
it? Hold on. What's the full penetration with normalization? Like, what's full
it's
AP?
About 430-ish, I'd say.
Yep, I love the Hori.
Jesus.
Tally on it, I think 397. That was shown on the-
You just look at an angled mouse and look at his cheek armor like, yeah, I can go through that.
Pretty
Angled.
much.
Yeah.
Now
You just look at the mouse. You pin whatever the hell you
Basically, yeah.
wanted with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
It's the most
the-
disgusting thing I think they have ever released, except for
there's
missiles.
two tanks
love
that
it.
match that
I
high.
think the Hori is just like a supercharged Jaegeru. And it suffers from the
Yeah.
same problem. Like, you have an
thought-
amazing gun on a shit platform.
Yeah,
I think
amazing.
Fosh needs stuff though.
Mm-hmm.
Fosh needs to be changed somehow. After
You have
they
to
released
Fosh the Hori gun.
No,
But just make the Forge B, you know, like
No,
400
yeah,
alpha
give
damage
it-
and 5 shells.
Give it 400 alpha. Yeah, with
5
5
shells. 5 shells.
Yeah.
It's just 5 or 6, I'm not quite sure.
Every Fosh player would play the exact same way they do now. YOLO in, die to 2 tank destroyers. That's exactly how it would be.
Because the tank destroyers are frontlining.
Yeah.
Why did they nerf
That's
the
just how
original
it is.
gun? I don't understand that. They nerfed the original gun's alpha for no reason.
Yeah, that's, I don't...
Yeah, but that's to encourage you to use the
The
2-shot.
whole killer, the whole point I love the Fosters because you'd rush a medium and you shoot it with HE in the side or something for 960, and then he would just be crippled. You can't do that now. Now your gun misses every shot, and you're just like, well.
They nerfed. There was a reason why they nerfed it, and I've said it loads of times. It's something.
It was a YOLO wagon.
No,
You're
because
assuming we watch your videos.
Yes. they had to nerf the original gun of the Foch because they couldn't have 2 types of shells on that tank. They wouldn't allow it to have 2 types of shells. One that does more damage because it's the same shell, but they couldn't have it where one does more damage and one does. That's what they need to do. Yeah, they need to give it.
Just rename the shells.
You would thought there must be a reason why they can't do it, but that's the reason. That's the reason why they. Yeah, that's the reason why they actually nerfed the main gun because they couldn't have the same shell doing 2 different types of damage.
I mean, it's still a YOLO wagon. Still, I mean, the armor's troll as fuck.
I would say the Foch is more of a YOLO wagon now than the YOLO wagon.
The 263. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but the 263, like, what are you gonna do with it? Everyone can just penny the engine deck. You can't
the mantlet
do
on
anything.
it, be strong, but they don't buff the mantlet. So you just like, oh look, shoot, boom, pen.
Yeah, but
it's still troll though. The mantlet's still troll.
Like, everyone can shoot
but
it.
you assume people can aim.
Yeah, I came back and I heard that and I fully agree.
Yeah, but the thing with the 263 is the mantlet is such a like obvious spot when you aim at it. Even like a good player would think, oh, it's spaced armor, so don't shoot at it. But bad players like, oh, it's easy pen, shoot, and it pens every time.
But you need to wiggle. The trick to
even if you wiggle,
is wiggle.
Even if you wiggle with the 263.
That's saying the counter to 80 gems is just dodge.
Yeah.
I mean, Stalin wiggled.
I mean, sure.
Exactly.
I mean, I subscribe to the fatness style of it. You play patient until you know where they are, and then somebody else takes their attention, and then you come in and do your thing. You know, because
Like,
you shouldn't be the first person to engage in a 263. It's a tank destroyer.
Yeah, but it's also called a YOLO wagon for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah, but like I said in my most recent video, on it, if you YOLO with no purpose, you're just throwing.
You need a purpose in the tank.
No comment.
That's an enemy tank. Like.
Oh, that's where I'm going wrong.
Batman. I swear.
Except the smasher, all day long.
Yeah, but the smasher, it doesn't matter. You're just gonna one-shot 8
The thing is, right, and I agree with Batch on this, it was called the YOLO wagon because no one else knew how to go up against it. Now we've learned how to counteract it. It's just a case of the weakness is with that.
Game so much. Power Creep's a perfect example to show how much the 263 has changed through when Bushka was saying it's the best tier 10 to grind to now where it's not even a tank I'd suggest anybody to do a grind.
Yeah, but that's the same with a lot. That's the same with a lot of tanks. When new tanks come in, like the Chrysler K, when that first come in, people was like, "Oh my god, it's OP," blah blah blah. But now, it's not even spoken about. Like no one mentions these things. Yeah, it's a nice tank, but
the thing I'm disappointed with Wargaming is they're balancing on collectors at tier 10 because they start off good. Like the 30B, it came in the game very balanced. The Badger came in, it was meh, a little underpowered, but the tanks like the 30B and the Badger are so bad in the current meta of Blitz because they've let them sit there and they don't care about the tanks because they're not making the money. They're so bad now that Bat has heard me rant for 4 hours while I was playing the Badger.
You rant about.
I was held captive.
Yeah.
I played the Badger this morning. I played the Badger this morning actually on my rain account, and I managed to get an 8. It's nearly 6k damage.
One of my friends,
it's not bad actually.
Yeah,
almost.
It's just the Badger now.
Yeah. I think I heard like 5 people say that they sold the Badger.
I think 5 people on Void got the tank and they sold it immediately. Didn't even.
But you don't need it. You just put in an E3 with speed boost and you can YOLO to the front line.
It was a tank I was really disappointed in. I really wanted it, and I spent quite a lot of money getting it. And as soon as I got it, I was very disappointed.
The PC version,
I played it on Super Test. I played it on Super Test when it actually had decent traverse speed.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh yeah, well, all super testers, they're gonna nerf the traverse speed." I'm like, "Why? It already is kind of in." And then they were like,
"But then that's like the 30B. Who else played the 30B on Super Test the first time round?"
I'm sure a few people.
It was broken, like completely broken. It had the same DPM.
TP.
It had the same DPM as like the T62A.
It was like
it
the
was
STB currently.
It was crazy, and then they nerfed it like 3 times.
Oh, I don't get it. They would make money if they buffed the tanks because people would be like, "Oh, look, it's actually a tank worth buying." So why don't they buff them? I don't get that. That's
because Wargaming's answer is we'll release a broken tank, and then what we'll do is it'll get power prepped, and we'll just release another broken tank. So I reckon
make that
but like we've complained about the 263, right? I reckon the Object 268 version falls just sitting on the shelf somewhere, like ready to come in.
Yeah, it is.
I actually think you make a good point. I think Wargaming thinks more like a car dealership. They release a bad model and then they're like, well, we'll make the next model better.
Yeah, but on PC they actually balance quite well. And PC,
but they're two different teams.
They're not PC.
Problem is
they follow that mono and Blitz.
They buff a lot more than the nerf because obviously what happens is if you buff a shit tank, the players that play that tank are going to be happy. But if you nerf a tank that's pretty good, all the people that played that tank, all the people that like that tank, they're going to get mad. So that's why they always buff shit tanks and not nerf anything.
Wargaming has said, they have it quoted, and I've said this, they can nerf vehicles like the T-22 meme and the Smasher because they're collective. But they won't do it because they are so petrified that the community will get mad at them that they won't do it. So they're never going to nerf any premium.
But then all they've got to say is people knew what they was buying. People knew what they was buying. Like they knew they was buying a collectible that has the chance of being nerfed. Like I own the Smasher, and I'm still saying nerf the fucking Smasher. Like, and that's it's one of the most favourite tanks at the minute. Like the most fun tanks to play. But I'm still saying nerf it. Like I wouldn't mind.
If mad too, I would make a video specifically saying that everybody who's mad at it is in the room and that it should be nerfed.
I mean, people disagree when they really like something. Anytime you're gonna say, that it should be intentionally nerfed, they're not gonna like that. But it has to fit within the game. It just has to.
But
otherwise, you're the only one having fun.
But Wargaming's answer when Ribble came on was, if you get hit by a Smasher, that's your fault apparently. Now, I don't know what. I like the guy. I really like the guy. We went out drinking, had a really nice time. But seriously, Dennis, I can't even with that. It's your fault for getting hit. Like
to some extent, if you are playing like a monkey,
yes.
No, but that doesn't. No. So they nerfed the Grilla because it was sniping people, and it was your fault for getting hit. They nerfed the 183 because that used to ruin people's day, and it was your fault for getting hit. But the Smasher is your fault for getting hit, and we're not going to do anything.
It's because it's a
yeah, because if they nerf the Smasher, there's going to be like half the community is going to go riot.
You think about this crazy object called crates. You put the Smasher in it, then you sell the keys for $2 each. Make the drop chance 1%, and people are going to go crazy for it.
Here's a fun fact. The Smasher last month was, or not last, 2 months ago, was the 3rd most played tank monthly for 3 months.
Guess what it is now?
Guess what it is now? Annihilator.
Yeah, but I think the Smash is way better than.
You can you can blame Angel for the Annihilator after you released that uprising video.
100% win rate in the Annihilator for 30 games, and every single game has been above 2.5.
I do think the Annihilator.
What other tier 7? Which other tier 7 can claim that?
Here's the issue with the Smasher.
Controversial opinion. I don't like the Annihilator.
I agree.
No, fair enough. Wait.
I don't like playing it personally.
I don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah, but Batman and I had
Wait,
Emerald, explain.
Yeah, I'd like to
leave,
know.
leave the chat. Leave.
Yeah, alright, I'm going bye.
Batman and I had a discussion.
I have to hear why.
I don't know. It might just be my RNG, or I just suck at it, but I can't pen more than 1 round out of the 3-round clip, and I just can't be asked.
Okay, well, Batman, you and I had a discussion yesterday where we both agreed that every tank in the game is good if you know how to play it. And I said that.
Well, of course, yeah.
Except for the old T28 concept.
Yeah, I said there's a couple of vehicles like the Vindicator, which is just bad.
The T28 itself is shit.
But
yeah, the T28, it's not a good tank. I don't care where the fuck you play that thing.
A vehicle can be played well if you know how to work it. It will be played well. So the response
if you have
to
7
Annihilator bad is just get better in Annihilator.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if you asked for an Annihilator to be buffed, everyone would be like, what shit are you smoking? And how do I get some of that?
I think Annihilator is
just
fine.
me.
Yeah,
on a scale to all of them, how many drugs are you on?
And Batchan
Yeah,
and I actually think the Annihilator is more overpowered than the Smasher.
No, it's so
I
low.
think-
Even on the
it
worst
is.
day, they're the same.
Yeah.
They're
So-
the same sort of bad. You know,
And the
for
I
the
don't think so, because with the Smasher, you have the insane 250 heat pin. You have the HE, where you can basically one-shot a
Smasher has a
Borsig.
weak spot called being big and out in the open with no
The
armor.
Annihilator
The
Takes that
Annihilator
is
actually has
pretty
armor.
slow.
Yeah.
yeah.
The Annihilator has armor. That's the thing that makes it OP.
And you're perfect
And if you
too.
and if you ban every
wait,
single
wait.
round, it's the same as using AP on the Smasher.
I know,
Yeah,
but you're perfect
True,
too.
but you're not
with a
gonna always
Smasher
hit those.
And an
That's the thing.
Annihilator.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You just need to roll out in a Smasher and an Annihilator.
Yeah.
One of you hits them and the other one finishes. Or
What were-
you
Turtles,
cripple
what
the
were we
tank
doing?
so much.
we were doing a double clip.
We were doing 1357 and Annihilator, and we won
And it was
every
the most
single game.
broken thing I've ever played.
I'd go
because
behind them,
I
and
would
they go,
shoot
"Bah, bah,
them.
bah, bah, bah," and then
Yeah.
he'd go, blah, 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 and then
It's ridiculous.
How did he go?
Nobody
How did he go,
stood a
Drudels? And how did you go?
We do that so often. Just
remember the Panzer 2 battle?
How did the Panzer 2G go? J go?
We did
I don't even
double
want to
Panzer
talk
2J.
about it.
That's just shit nowadays.
No, it's OP. You're wrong.
It's been buffed. It's been buffed, isn't it?
Loved it. I
It's
think
better.
it's actually OP Turtles. After yesterday, I think the tier 4s counter it pretty hard.
Well,
If you have
we didn't run
enough
it
tier
together.
4s.
We need to run it together. And
No,
then
we
it's
ran
really
it together. We ran it
No,
together. We
I only did it once
separated,
together.
and then
I never ran it with you.
systematically cooked.
I ran terrible tier 3s yesterday. Remember? I ran the Locust. The what else did I run?
He ran everything to spite me, is what it was.
Yes. I ran everything.
That's why I
Why-
should not platoon with
Why are
him.
you tier 3 anyway?
That was
Well,
making a
I
video.
wanted to make a video and see like what the best low tiers were, and I came to the conclusion that Germany's pretty much got the lot when it comes to really good low tiers. Because I mean, you got the Leopard, the DW2, the Panzer 4D,
You got the Blitzkrieg.
Lux. You got and there's just an immense amount of decent low tier Germans, and then you got like for the rest, you got what the T1 Heavy, and I mean a couple
BDR.
BDR.
Yeah, but that's one
Well,
French tank. That's
The
one
Kenny
French
also
tank.
exists.
ARL.
ARL.
I mean, these are certain one-off tanks. Like,
yeah, but how many French tanks are there?
Hey,
Germany's
you
just
need
a
the
metric
bathtub
ass
alone.
ton.
You need the
Hey, excuse
bathtub
me.
alone.
Best tank in Blitz, KV2. Anybody
No,
just as KV2, get out.
Churchill gun
Nah.
carrier, my friend.
Not really.
Oh,
Or
no,
the
no,
toaster.
It's Churchill game
Nah,
player.
for tier 6 Germans, you could go with the Agent, and you could go with the Panzer 4X.
VK36.
No comment.
And the VK36 is actually pretty good since the armor buff as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have to use premium on the front of a VK36.
Well, to be fair, the whole German heavy line is now immensely strong. Like, the
Yeah.
Tiger 2 is
all of them.
borderline
All of the
OP.
low tiers
Yeah.
are really, really good.
Even the
All
high
the
tiers.
low- really good. Yeah, I mean
the
the high
whole
tiers are great.
E100 line is one of the best lines.
I think the E75 as a tech tree is the strongest tank tier for tier. I think you can take that out in a tier 10 game and still perform as a tier 10. But I think
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
pick-
say the strongest tier for
E
tier.
E75 is just a slightly worse IS7. Changed my mind.
no, I think it's better because you
I
can't get
wouldn't-
out as easily.
Well,
That was
I think
always
KV2
the
is
meme back
better
in the
than
day.
E100 for
Yeah.
sure.